welcome back, Tater Tots, to my channel for a new episode of the K-Drama Legacy Generation 1 Fisherman's Daughter, Episode 10. To start with, we met one new character in the last episode. We met Miss Park, who is actually Hyung-sik's mother. We don't know her first name yet, so we'll still have to find that out. Now, in recap, Yoonah, Min, and Do-hwan went to the fanciest hotel on the island to play volleyball with Hyung-sik and ended up meeting his mother. Yoonah wasn't sure what was going on and ended up meeting with So-hee, who let her know more about Hyung-sik and his past, and some things she said weren't her place to say. And that's when she also let her know about a party that's happening down at the Sulani Beach Club, and that is where it leads us to the start of today's episode. The night of the party finally arrived. The location was absolutely gorgeous. I'd never been to the beach club, as it required a pretty hefty fee to be a member. Visitors could only come with an invite from a current member, which, thankfully, that's what we had So-hee for. I was feeling nervous, excited, anxious, self-conscious, all the things. I was so grateful I wasn't here alone. Thanks Sulani, Min, and Do-hwan got to come too. When I'd mentioned it to So-hee, she had said it wouldn't be a big deal for us all to come, and when Min found out, she about fell out of her chair. She's always dreamed of coming to this place. The four of us made our way in, So-hee showing her membership ID and letting the receptionist know we were her guests. Inside was just as beautiful as the outside. There were places to lounge everywhere, along with a bar, spas, and even a dance floor. Min and Do-hwan had been bickering for a bit, but waved and said they would catch up with me later. After all, they knew exactly why I was here. Well, Min at least. So-hee walked forward, a gentle smile curling at the corners of her mouth. "You'll find Hyungsik down there." She pointed in the opposite direction to the far end of the dock. "Right. Thank you." I smiled back. She nodded her head and walked off. I made my way down the deck until I arrived near the last pavilion. It was dark, except for the light of the nearby torches. I peeked around and saw Hyungsik sitting and staring off into the dark ocean. I stepped forward, saying quietly, Hey, long time no see." Hyungsik immediately turned to face me, standing up. "Yoonah! Hey! Yeah, I'm sorry about that." Silence rang between us for it felt like minutes, but must have only been a few seconds. He smiled. You look great." I felt my cheeks flush slightly. "You do too." Once again, silence. Finally, he motioned towards the couches nearby, saying, Please, take a seat." I sat next to him, listening to the sounds of the waves gently lapping against the dock. "Listen, I'm really sorry about the other day. About my mom. It was just so unexpected." He looked down at the ground. "I didn't mean to ghost you for a bit." I smiled. "I get it. Family stuff can be hard to deal with. There's no need to apologize to me. I was just worried about you since I wasn't sure what was going on." He seemed thoughtful for a few minutes and then spoke. "My mom, my family, owns the hotel on this island. Not just this one, but a lot of them throughout the country. We even own this club." He waved his hand around. I bet that made for a fun childhood, traveling around, getting to see different places. It was, but it came with its challenges too. They only got more prevalent as I got older. I waited for him to continue. I didn't want to push the subject if he didn't want to talk about it. I was leaving it all in his court. "I mentioned to you before how my father passed away when I was little." I nodded my head in remembrance. "He actually passed away here, on this island." My eyes opened wide. I was taken aback. "Here? What happened?" He took a deep breath and continued. "My dad, he was actually from Sulani. He grew up here his whole life. His family was pretty well off, and he had plans to one day start a hotel here that would bring the best to the island to showcase what it has to offer. One day, he met my mom, who was visiting from out of town for her internship from university. She was studying business, and when they met, they hit it off. Dad was the dreamer, and my mom the ambition behind it to make it a reality. Long story short, they got married, opened up the hotel, success grew, more locations opened, and then I was born." Being a parent, at least for my mom, took the back burner to running the hotels, so my dad mostly raised me. We were really close. He taught me everything: reading, writing, riding a bike, swimming. Swimming was a passion for both of us. As often as we had a chance, Dad would bring us back here. He taught me to swim in the same place he learned it. Mom would occasionally join us, but was often at the hotel making sure all was well. One day, when I was around 9 years old, Dad and I were combing the shore for seashells. There had been reports of a possible storm coming, but we didn't think much of it. It had been sunny most of the day. The wind was starting to pick up, and I'd walked closer to the water to get this shell I had seen, and I hadn't realized the tide was coming in. The next thing I knew, I was engulfed in water and was being dragged out to sea. My father immediately sprinted into the water without any hesitation. He managed to get to me, carried me towards the shore, and threw me onto the sand, but the next thing I knew, another wave came, dragging him back out, and I never saw him again. An eerie silence sounded around us. I wasn't sure what to say. I could see a bit of water forming at the corners of his eyes. He cleared his throat and continued. After that, my mom never wanted to come to this island again. She immediately put the hotel up for sale and forbade me from ever swimming again. Of course, when she wasn't around, I still did. As for the hotel, I immediately went to my grandfather on my father's side about it. He was still in most of the control of the funds at that point and refused to allow it as well. Fast forward to now, my mom's been trying to prepare me to take over the business. I needed to get away from her, so I came here to have some time to think about things. After all, this is a place that belongs to me and my dad. So many things crossed my mind, but I finally decided on just saying what felt right to me. I'm so sorry about what happened to your father. That's nothing someone so young should have had to go through. I understand in a sense why your mother felt the way she did, but I understand even more why you want to keep this place. After all, it's all you have left of him. He gave a slight smile and looked back out over the ocean. I decided to continue. So, if you don't mind my asking, do you want to take over the hotel? He took a moment before responding and finally said, Yes and no. The only hotel I want to run and be in charge of is this one here on the island. After all, it was the original one that started my father's dream. No, in that I don't want to do this for all of them. I don't care about being insanely wealthy. It's convenient, but I want what my dad had. A real family. I watched as he stood up from the couch and stretched. I'm sure I'm not the first to tell you how intimidating your mom is, but don't let her decide what you want to do. You have every right to do what your father had as she does. She may not be the most maternal, but you're still her son. She can just go command someone else and let you be. Hyungsik turned around, looking at me in surprise for a moment, then started laughing. I wasn't expecting that response. Finishing his laughter, he gave me a soft expression. Thanks, Yoonah. Thanks for listening. I'm sorry if I shared too much and made you uncomfortable in any way. No need to drop my family drama on you. I shook my head and stood up. No, don't apologize. I'm glad you told me and were honest. I was over here stressing myself out, trying to figure out what was going on, but wasn't sure if I should call you or message you because I didn't want to bother you. I trailed off, feeling my face flush as I realized the word vomit I was doing. He raised an eyebrow. You were stressing out over me? Of course I was. I looked back at him, hoping he would see how serious I was. So, why would you spend your time worrying about me? He moved closer. I could feel my heart beating faster. Because you're a friend, and I always worry about my friends. My head was getting so foggy as he leaned even closer. Is that so? Am I a friend? Or something else? His face was so close to mine. I was praying he couldn't hear my heart. Something else? I whispered back quietly. I could feel his breath gently on my cheeks. I couldn't think. My mind was a blank slate. He smiled. I think I'm something else. He smirked and leaned even closer, as though he were about to kiss me. The attraction I felt was overwhelming. I could feel myself being drawn like a moth to the flame. Just as I began to close my eyes, someone called out. Snapping back to reality, I realized there were two guys smiling and waving at Hyungsik. Hey! Long time no see, man. It's been a while. Hey, guys. What timing? Hyungsik sounded happy but agitated. He turned back towards me, leaned close, and whispered in my ear. We'll continue this later. And with that, he walked off with his friends, leaving me alone to the waves, the flickering torches, and my pounding heart. Hyungsik has just left with his friends to go over down here to the dance floor and the bar, and Yoonah is just standing here thinking about what just happened. Her mind fruit is seriously just blown. She's like, what just happened? Is Hyungsik? Was he about to kiss me? Like, what's happening? And oh my gosh, like the attraction she felt, like it was way too much. And so she's like, I need to find So-hee and Min. Like, I just need to figure out what is going on in my mind because I don't know what else to do. So we are going to go ahead over down here to find So-hee, who is dancing it up. So, oh my gosh, hold on. Let's pause this because, guys, is Min not like absolutely gorgeous in this outfit? I mean, look at her heels, looking good, but this dress on her, yes, Min, you are looking so cute. And then let's look at So-hee's outfit because we gotta show off how everyone's dressed so nice for this party. Like, girl, look at them boots. And she's got her little purse and like, look how beautiful she looks. She's having such a good time. And there's one of Hyungsik's friends. He looks like he might be checking out this girl. I forget what her name is. Jocelyn. And this is the DJ. I mean, he's definitely pretty crazy looking. He's must be excited. And then let's take a look at cute Do-hwan. Look how precious he is. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. His style. I love his style. It's so Do-hwan. And then here is our boy Hyungsik. Woo! Ooh, let's just talk about it. He be looking good too. And I don't know where his other friend Chunsul or whatever, I don't know where he went. He may be off swimming or something. But yeah, so let's go on. As I said, we're going to talk with So-hee. So let's have them sit together because we need to talk to our friend here. Like, she's like, excuse me, Yoonah, what's going on? Yoonah's like, hey, so I found Hyungsik. She's like, yeah, tell me about it. How did it go? She's like, well, it went pretty good. We talked about a lot of things, and she's like, oh, really? A lot of things? Well, tell me more. But then she can hear Min calling for her, and she's like, I'll have to tell you about it later. So let's go over here, check it. Oh my gosh, of course Hyung-won is here. Of course he is. Not a surprise that he's a member of this beach club. But Do-hwan is over here. He's like, oh my gosh, come on guys. Let's get some drinks. Let's do a keg stand. And he's been over here trying to convince Hyungsik to do a keg stand with him. So we're gonna see if we can get Do-hwan to tap the keg. Let's see if he can do it. Oh my gosh, of course Colt's here. He's like, oh, that Hyung-won guy's here. I hate that guy too. And Do-hwan, did you do it? Oh, nope, he didn't. Oh, not a surprise. Look, Hyungsik's just like, dude, seriously? Okay, come on, Do-hwan. You can do this. Min, like, she has her back turned. Don't embarrass yourself. While Min is, uh-oh, she's watching. Gotta impress her. Oh, look, she is impressed that he was able to do that. So, okay, let's see if we can do a keg stand with Hyungsik. That is what Do-hwan is wanting to do. Everybody's shocked by Hakun over here. So, I don't know what's going on. Or, yeah. And so let's see. Okay, come on. Oh, look, Hyungsik's over there talking to Yoonah. He's like, you doing all right? You know that Hyung-won guy is here. And she's like, oh yeah, I saw him. I'm just, trying to avoid making eye contact with him, doing anything about it. So, okay. Oh, looks like Min is getting herself something to drink. I want us to do a keg stand with Hyungsik. Get on over here, home slice. Look at all these girls like hanging out around Colt. They're checking out his tats. This girl, I already forgot her name again. Oh my gosh, Jocelyn, wasn't that it? She's like, what do your tattoos mean? Is there a story behind it? But look, Do-hwan's over here like, come on, Mean, get another drink with me. She's like, oh my gosh, Do-hwan, I'm already drinking. I'm going to relax over here with the girls. So they're over here trying to have some girl chat. And here comes Do-hwan. He's like, all right, come on, Hyungsik, you got me? You going to be able to hold me? I know you're a strong guy, like you can definitely do it. Let's get it done, boy. Let's do it. You got me, Hyungsik? He's like, I got you, bro. Let's go. So, oh my gosh. That is too funny. He's like, you got me? He's like, yeah, man. Look at that. He didn't drop him. He's like, thanks, man. I knew you wouldn't drop me. Knew I could count on you. So they are feeling pretty good about that. But he's like, we need everybody out here on the dance floor having a party. We need to dance now. So let's get everybody to, let's see. Can we do form a group? Yeah, let's do Yoonah, So-hee, Mean, and Hakun. This Jocelyn girl, she's gonna join us too. And let's have them do a group dance, 1-2 step in, sure, because that's all we got. And it means like, come on guys, the music's gonna be starting any second now. Like, we don't want to miss out on this. Let's do it. So, oh, of course, Mean has to use the bathroom. Let's go. Let's go. So he's like, you want another drink? He's like, well, I mean, I guess we can do drinks instead if nobody's wanting to freaking dance with me. And Yoonah, where are you going? Don't worry about taking a speedy shower. I think I'm gonna have her make some drinks for everyone because she has been being a bartender, so I feel like that would be really, really great. So let's see, what can she have everybody like have to drink tonight? Like, I want something crazy out there. Ridgeport, coquito, fizzy fruity drink. Can we like not make, she just doesn't know how to make certain ones. What about, isn't there like that, I guess she doesn't know how to make that yet. Okay, it's fine. Let's do some wrenches for everybody. So let's have her come on over. And it looks like So-hee is chatting. Like, everybody's so concerned about Hakun. They're all like, oh my gosh, that's the guy. Like, yeah, everybody talks about him all the time. And like, because he's just such a stuck up dude. But Yoonah's like, all right, everyone, I've got drinks coming up. And yeah, look, see, they're all freaking out about him again. Like, where are you, Hakun? Hakun? Maybe it's like his swimsuit for some reason, like where it thinks he's not wearing clothes. That's what I picture. And girl, why did you not make drinks for everyone? There she goes. So Do-hwan has come on over to sit at the bar. He's like, you gonna make me a drink, Yoonah? And she's like, I got you. Like, you think that I'm not good at this, but I am so good at it. And okay, I'm gonna get this boy out of his swimsuit because everybody seems to be like flipping out over it. And I just don't want to deal with it, you know? So we'll just put him in this getup. So, all right. And I don't know why she's feeling sad. Oh yeah, because of that like grudge that Do-hwan and Mean got about her. But girl, did you not make drinks again? She's just feeling too sad about it. Really? Well, that's lame. Let's give a toast. She's like, well, I hope everyone is having fun. And, you know, this is to friends and good times. And so, yep, looks like everybody's got their drinks. And there we go. They're like, yeah, it's a good times. This is a great party. And so he's like, is it though? Really? And because Do-hwan won't stop pestering me about dancing and everybody hanging out and having a good old time. And as must be performing this object, don't we have a DJ? Like, why is the DJ not over here? You know, like, just saying, I wanted them to dance, but dance music must be playing nearby. Like, can we not change this station to, oh, here we go. Listen to, let's have them dance together. Let's go do that. So let's see if we can get them all. Yeah, there we go. Everyone's having a good old time. So he's, you know, doing a little sway. And oh my gosh, Do-hwan, he is getting crazy. But Mean, I think, is feeling a little bit tipsy. The joy of juice. Mean is elated after downing some juice from the juice keg. She just can't stop smiling. So because of that, I think guys, Mean is gonna come over here and flirt with Do-hwan. I'm going to have her do it. We're going to see what happens because she is wanting to kiss someone. And I think we can do just that. She is in a little bit of a drunken stupor. And so, oh my gosh, like, why did he like reject her flirt? That makes no sense whatsoever. So it looks like Min is feeling a little upset about Do-hwan, which, I mean, I can't blame the girl. So he is going to try, I'm going to have him try to flirt with her just to see how it goes. But it might just be because they're all kind of in a bad mood because they need to eat. And so since I am not actually like playing their lives, I think I'm going to just cheat their needs so that they'll be okay. Here is Do-hwan. Here he comes. He's like, hey, Min, so you do look pretty great in that dress. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, Do-hwan, like, why are you being like that? There he goes. Min is definitely feeling some kind of way. She is coming on over to Do-hwan, and the two of them are about to embrace. She's going to see if he'll go for it, and he did. He went for the hug. So she is, needless to say, feeling pretty excited about it. She's going to confess her attraction. She's going to be like, I really think that you look pretty hot tonight. And he's going to be like, oh my gosh, seriously? Oh no, he didn't like it. He rejected it. Oh, poor girl. She's so embarrassed. She is embarrassing herself. Do you see how So-hee just glared? She's like, seriously? Why would you say that? He's like, because she's drunk. She's not going to be into me right now. Like, this is just the freaking drinks talking. And so he's like, oh my gosh, look. So now he's like, let me make you something that'll help you feel a little bit better, Min. It has gotten crazy late. And so Hyung-sik has told Yoonah that he has to help his friends to get home because they are pretty drunk. And poor Yoonah, she's stinky. So we need to get her gone to get her gone. But So-hee has invited Yoonah. She's like, hey, I'm going to send Min and Do-hwan home. I'm going to get them a cab, but why don't you come over to the house that I'm staying at here? And she's like, are you sure about it? She's like, yeah, just message your parents, let them know, and let's go. I'll get you cleaned up. You can stay at my place for the night, and that way we can have some time to talk. And Yoonah's like, that sounds really great. Like, I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and head on out and get everyone going because this poor girl, Min, she is like feeling really embarrassed and nervous, and Do-hwan, I don't know, the juice is making both of them feel a kind of way, and we need to just keep on moving forward. We have arrived with So-hee at the house that she is currently staying at, and oh my Sulani, look at this gorgeous, like, modern mansion. So, of course, this is what So-hee's staying at. Like, it's not surprising in the least, but it is gorgeous. Yoonah's just like, oh my gosh, like, is this real? Am I dreaming? It looks like she might not be feeling too well from the juice that she had, but it's okay. We will get her going. I don't know why this kid is in the house. That's kind of weird, but we'll just tell him to go away. And we're going to go ahead, like, So-hee's like, girl, just go use the bathroom, take care of yourself, and I'll get something for us to drink. You just do you, okay? So let's get our girl in here. She's going to use the bathroom, and we'll have her go ahead and take a shower. Hopefully she will be feeling a little bit better after that. Yoonah is feeling a bit better since she showered and used the bathroom. So she is in here making some breakfast for her and So-hee because, needless to say, they didn't sleep at all. And I don't know why all these people keep showing up at So-hee's house. Like, it makes no sense to me. I don't know why Min's brother is here. Like, I have literally used cheats to make them leave because I don't want them to be here. Like, these people need to stop coming in the house and just thinking that this is okay because it's not. I have bought Yoonah a sleep replacement so that she can hopefully feel better here soon. And it looks like she's trying to eat, but she's having problems. But Min's brother will not stop talking to her. And she is just so exhausted. Yep, here she goes. She's going to pass out. Lovely. She has woken up, and I finally got her to do her sleep replacement, and it looks like So-hee has come in. She's like, oh, I've just been out for a little dip. She's like, how are you still feeling all right? She's like, well, the whole time you've been doing all of that, I went and took a little snooze, and plus, girl, I just had some coffee. Like, I'm feeling pretty good. Can I get you anything? And Yoonah's just like, well, not really. I need to talk to someone. She's like, okay, well, finish your breakfast and let's go upstairs. Yoonah has decided to take today off work just because she's not feeling super great after the party last night. And oh my gosh, of course, some random guy is going to come up here on this area of the balcony to just chat with us, which is not part of how this is supposed to go. We are waiting for So-hee to come on up here to hang out, which it looks like she is almost up the stairs, and hopefully she will be joining us. But I thought it would be fun to tell a story or something like that because we need to talk to our girl here. So pretend this guy isn't here. I'm going to see if I can make him leave because this is just annoying. Get out, dude. I don't want you here. And oh my gosh, of course, Do-hwan's going to be here. Discuss favorite recipes, of course. But anyways, we're like, so let me tell you about last night. And so he's like, yeah, so what happened? And she's like, well, you see, he told me about his dad and what happened and how he lost him and that he was from the island, how his family owns the hotel, even the beach club. And she's like, oh, so he really told you all of that. I'm kind of surprised. And she's like, well, he's right. We did grow up a little bit different than most people, and our families know each other just because his mother was doing business with my mother and father, and so that's how we met. So we were little kids. And girl, where are you going? And so he tells her, you know, I did meet his dad, and his dad, he was so kind and really full of life. And Hyungsik, he used to be really carefree and happy, but once his dad was gone, a huge piece of him really disappeared. And his mom didn't let that stop her though, and she kept on with the pressure, and she acted almost as if nothing had happened. And in fact, he never even saw her cry when his father passed away. And so after a few years of losing his dad, his grandfather became terminally ill, and so he passed on too. And so it was then that the full rights of the hotel were handed over to his mom. And since the hotel was making a lot of great profits at the time, she left it alone. But only recently things have started to decline again, and it's kind of made her start thinking about selling it. And so Hyungsik's been pretty stressed out, and so he heard the news, and she's like, I'm guessing that's when he came here. And I kind of came out of my own curiosity to see what was going on here because I knew she had come here, and I was worried for him, but lo and behold, he'd kind of already beaten me here. So she was kind of surprised, or at least Yoonah was surprised to hear about all of this, but she is telling her that that day when they met Mrs. Park, actually So-hee was the one that had called Hyung-sik after when they were playing volleyball to let him know that his mom was already there. And so yeah, she's like, I don't want you to think it was just some random person, but it was me, so don't worry about it. So that has made Yoonah feel a bit better. And girl, like, stop disappearing, okay? We are trying to have a conversation with our friend. So Yoonah's just asking So-hee, well, what can I do? Like, what do you think I should do? And So-hee's just telling her, girl, I told you, just be yourself. Honestly, if Hyungsik opened up to you about what happened with his dad and growing up here on the island and things, like, he really trusts you because he doesn't talk to people about that. So did anything else happen? And Yoonah's like, starts blushing. She's getting red. And so he's like, oh my gosh, what happened? What did Hyungsik do? Tell me. Oh my gosh. Did something else happen? And Yoonah's, she's having a flashback, but she doesn't want to admit anything. She's like, no, nothing else happened. It just really opened up to me. And so she knows better. Like, she's not stupid. She's like, this girl isn't telling me something, but she knows. She's like, Hyungsik straight up likes this girl. Like, he definitely tried to make a move on her. Oh, she's like, I'm gonna have to tease him about that later. And then Yoonah's just, oh my gosh, I hope she doesn't find out about this. Like, I don't know how to react. Like, I've never been in this situation. I'm just gonna change the subject. So, Min and Do-hwan, they were getting pretty crazy last night, huh? And so he's like, yeah, speaking of that, shouldn't you check in on your friend? And Yoonah's like, yeah, you're right. I definitely should go and do that. And speaking of Min, it looks like she has just called Yoonah, and Yoonah's like, what's going on? Min is freaking out. Yoonah, you need to get over to my house ASAP. Something happened and I need to talk to somebody about it. Like, I'm losing my mind over here. Where are you? And Yoonah's telling her, I'm over actually at the place So-hee's staying at. She let me stay the night. And Mina's just, well, that's great, Yoonah and all, but I'm your bestie and I need you now. So Yoonah is just going to tell her, I'm on my way, Min. I'll be there soon. So let's go and follow up with Min and see what it is that is going on that has her in this craze. Yoonah has arrived at Min's house and Min is just stomping around like so mad. She's like, why did you leave me alone last night? And Yoonah's like, what do you mean, Min? And she's like, you know exactly what I mean. Like, you sent me and Do-hwan home together. And Yoonah's just telling her, you were drunk and so was he. And so he invited me to go to her place and I wanted to make sure that everything was going to be okay. And so, we got a cab for you guys, but why did you let me go with Do-hwan alone? And Yoonah's just, what's wrong with that? Like, you guys are friends, so I don't know what the big deal is. And Mina's just finally is just going to yell at her. And she's like, Yoonah, I freaking kissed him. And Yoonah is just, you what? Like, what do you mean you kissed him? She's like, that's exactly what I mean. I was drunk and he was a little bit drunk too. And I know things were awkward at the beach club and everything like that. But honestly, yes, when we were in the cab, before I got out, I don't know. I just turned around and I did it. And Yoonah is trying to tell her, I know you feel embarrassed about it, Min, but honestly, I think there's something you need to realize. And Min, she's kind of in denial. She's like, realize what? Min, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're crushing on Do-hwan. You are into him. And Min's just, I guess I am. I think he's cute. I am attracted to him. He's always making me laugh and smile. Like, what else am I supposed to think? And speaking of, let's gossip. We'll share a secret with her. And I don't know why her parents and her brother, everybody just keeps interrupting. I did update my game, so maybe that's why everybody just wants to socialize. And it's just kind of annoying, but we're just going to come over. We're going to try to gossip with her again, even though nobody will leave. Everybody's just always hanging out. But she's just like, Min, I think you and Do-hwan need to seriously talk to each other to get whatever is going on figured out. This is between you two. And she's like, I'm humiliated, Yoonah. I'm embarrassed. I can't think about facing him. What should I do? And Yoonah's just going to give her the same sound advice. Well, girl, that's just what you got to do. You got to talk. Nothing's going to get solved without talking. And Mina's just, girl, that's easier said than done. And also, speak for yourself. What about you and Hyungsik last night? What happened there? And Yoonah's just, Hyungsik, he told me a bit about his past and things like that. So no biggie. And Min's like, right, no biggie. She knows that Yoonah's keeping some stuff from her, but she's curious too. I think she's feeling a little jealous that Yoonah went with So-hee last night and wants to know what they talked about and what she knows. And Colt, I love how you're just hanging out over here near our girl. He's probably scoping out is that Hyungsik guy still around? Is he still into her? I don't know, but there goes Min's brother. So Yoonah's just over here building a castle by herself. Min, I don't know what she went off to go do. What is that girl doing? What does she do? Oh, she came in here to get some coffee, probably because she is having a huge hangover from last night. Her mom probably made some kind of tea or something to try to help calm her stomach because she's not doing well. But Yoonah is trying to convince Min that she just needs to go and meet up with Do-hwan. Nothing will get solved unless the two of them meet up, talk about it, have a conversation, because that is how problems get solved, right, people? That's how they get solved. Yoonah has finished her sand sculpture of this crazy looking gnome, but it looks like she's really happy about it. And she is getting a text right now from Hyungsik, and it looks like he is checking on her. He's like, did you get home okay? And his friends were pretty hungover, and she's just responding with, yeah, I went over to So-hee's and we had a great night. I got some good sleep, even though she's lying. She totally didn't. She didn't sleep at all. And she is just like, well, what about you? He's like, oh, well, sorry if because she did message him earlier to see if she could, briefly just see how he was doing, but he never responded. It's been a few hours. And he's like, sorry about that. My friends were drunk, and so they hid my phone somewhere in the hotel room, and it took me forever to find it. So, and she's like, it's not a big deal. Like, don't worry about it. So she is feeling better knowing that he wasn't like ignoring her and that there was a reason behind it, which of course she believed that there was. She had hope inside. And so, yeah, she's feeling good about it, but she's like, I don't know what's going to happen now because Hyungsik said that we are going to talk about what happened. Like, we were going to continue that. And when are we going to continue it? I don't know. She's stressing out. And I love how there's just this bra or swimsuit top just chilling. Yoonah has come over to hug Min and let her know, like, hey, I'm here for you. Go and talk with Do-hwan. Like, you need to do it. It's been several hours now. You guys got to talk about what happened. And so Min's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. But Yoonah, you're being like really angry, and I don't know why, but we are going to call Do-hwan, and because I'm playing as Min for this moment, and we're going to see if we can hang out with Do-hwan, just the two of them, and get some things talked out. Min and Do-hwan have arrived at the beach near her house, and she's like, hey, could you push me on the swing? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I think Do-hwan is feeling a bit uneasy because he doesn't know what to expect either. And she's just like, so I wanted to talk about last night. And, oh, last night? What about it? Well, I kissed you. Yeah, I know. About that. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Like, I understand that you were drunk and everything, so, I'm not taking anything to heart. Like, there's no hard feelings between us. And Min's kind of feeling a little bit disappointed. She's like, oh, like he's just rubbing it off as just being the alcohol. And she's like, actually, there's a reason that I did it. And Do-hwan's kind of just like taken aback. What do you mean there's a reason that you did it? Do-hwan, I've got a crush on you. And he's like, what? A crush on me? And she is just, yeah, I do actually. So, okay, girl, stop doing what you're doing and get over here. And it looks like she has told Do-hwan to come follow her. And it seems that they're going to go, I believe, cozy up at a bonfire that's all the way over here. Oh, look, yeah, there are a bunch of people over there. Oh, look, there's Yoonah's sand gnome, tiki monster thing-majig. But yeah, there's all these people over here. Of course, we got someone hanging out in a trench coat. Why not? Isn't that the normal thing to do? Of course, Kun-wong is over here. But she's like, I'm actually really into you, Do-hwan. And he's like, I'm been really into you too, Min. And she's like, yeah, so I wouldn't mind if you wanted to be something more than friends. As embarrassed as I am to admit it, he's like, why are you embarrassed? She's like, well, because I have a hard time admitting things, and I feel silly and dumb now. And he's like, don't feel that way about it. Like, it's not that way at all. Min has gotten some little moodlets, flirty flames. A cozy fire and a sim is all it takes to ignite the heart. So our girl is really, really enjoying her time with Do-hwan, which is super cute. Min is just going in for it, and she is straight kissing Do-hwan to confess her feelings. And he is so happy. She is so happy. They are feeling so good about things. I'm going to see if she can now confess her attraction to him and have it work out better. He's being very receptive. He's like, well, now that I know that you're serious, I thought it was just all the alcohol talking. So, you can't fully blame this boy, but they're just going to go for it. Like, this girl, she's like, been holding it in for so long. She's like, oh my gosh, Do-hwan, like, I'm so excited. So it looks like they just got a moodlet together. Or at least I think Do-hwan got one about her, and or not a moodlet, a sentiment. Yeah, he is smitten. Do-hwan can't explain it, but he is really enamored with Min, and the sight of her makes Do-hwan's heart beat faster. So she's like, so do you want to be official? And he's like, absolutely, of course I do. So guys, it is official. Min and Do-hwan are boyfriend and girlfriend. So I finally found the interaction with the new menus of ask to be romantic partners. So Mina's asking Do-hwan to be romantic partners. And so there they go. They're taking the picture. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I have to tell Yoonah. And so he's like, of course you do. Like, but before you do that, you want to spend the rest of the night hanging out? And she's like, yeah, let's walk around the beach together. And he is all about that. And look, there's people over here moonbathing. Oh, and of course, one of them is So-hee. Yoonah is home from hanging out at Means, and she knows that the two of them are out doing whatever it is they're doing. She's like, I'll find out for Mean what happened tomorrow. It's late. She's like, hey, Mom, I'm home. And So-a's like, oh, Yoonah, so you went to a party last night and hung out with someone named So-hee, stayed at her place. Yeah, Mom, don't worry. It's just a girl from out of town, and she's friends with Hyung-sik, and of course, her mom's, yo, did you say Hyungsik? Was he at the party? And Yoonah, oh my gosh, Mom, yes, he was there. Well, did you two talk? Did you spend time together? Yes, Mom, we did. But don't worry, like it was nothing major. She's like, I'm not worried, honey. I'm excited. So, oh my gosh, of course, her mother. And of course, our toilet is just broken over here. That's cool. You know, we only have 400 simoleons. So that's working out well for us. Yoonah is just doing some chores and washing some dishes. And it looks like just before she is preparing herself to go to bed, she's gotten a text from Hyungsik. And he's like, hey, so I'd like to see you tomorrow night if I can. Can you meet me at this address? And Yoonah's just kind of confused. She's like, oh, why is he just sending me this random address? Like, I don't think I've ever been here before. But, you know, of course she's not going to turn him down. She wants to see him too, but she's also so antsy, on the edge of her seat. And oh my gosh, I don't think they have a difficult relationship. No, I don't believe that, just from one argument. I feel like Hanyul, she's just jealous because she's like, you got to go to a party over at the beach club? Are you kidding me? And you didn't invite me? And Yoonah's just, oh my gosh, like it was last minute. It was just with some of my friends. Like, you're too young to go. Like, stop trying to just butt into everything. So they're having a whole little argument. But of course, they have a negative sentiment now. But Yoonah is just, as I was saying, excited, but incredibly just nervous. She doesn't know what to expect. She doesn't know what he's going to say. Are they going to really pick up where they left off last time? Are they gonna kiss? She doesn't know. Does he like her? Is he just teasing her? And family dynamics. So-ah and Yoonah have a difficult dynamic. They'll be mean to each other more often. No, they're not mean. Her mom's just strict. Like, there's a difference between being just straight mean and strict. So I don't think that that's true. Like, everybody's been in such like a bad mood and being yelled at constantly, and I think that has to do something with the update. I feel like it messed up something with the emotions. I'm not quite sure, but anyways, so we had a lot go on in this episode, with going to the party, talking with So-ah about things, and then Min and Do-hwan, and Yoonah doesn't know about that yet, so she'll have to find out about that in the next episode. But yes, as I said, I'm going to, since I said the next episode, that's right, I'm going to end the episode here. So thank you so much, Tater Tots. Wait, what does this say? It might just be a coincidence, but Yoonah can't shake the feeling that others are just constantly judging her. Is it her personality? Friends? Whatever it is, Yoonah is afraid that this won't be the end of it. So she's afraid of judgment of others. That's a new one. I don't think I've ever really seen that. But I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Thank you so much for joining me on a new K-drama legacy episode. These girls are just getting into it with their mom. It is just not going well. But if you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the future episodes. Please hit that like button. And if you liked the episode, leave a comment. Let me know. Did you guys like the beginning? I had way too much fun and got all giddy when I was making it myself. And I just had this stupid looking smile on my face the whole time. So I hope you guys appreciate it. I spent a lot of time on it, and I can't wait for the next episodes. So until next time, Tater Tots, see ya!